It should start here in, there we go. All right, so we're going to get started. I'll cut this part out, but hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Voice Like a Lion podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Pemberton, and today I'm excited to have someone on that I've actually never met. This is going to be our first conversation, but this guy is a powerhouse. I've heard so many stories about him, met one of the people that has spoken to him most recently, and so I'm excited to have him on the show. His name is Justin Breen. He is the founder and CEO of BR Epic Communications. He has over 20 years in the media business, has won dozens of writing and editing awards, and is the author of countless viral stories. He is also a Wall Street Journal, USA Today, best-selling author of the book Epic Life, and he is a PR for visionaries. So, Justin, welcome to the show.
Great to connect and excited to have this conversation.
Awesome. For those of you that are listening to us on Apple Podcast, Justin is outside. So this is probably one of the first podcasts I've recorded where the guest has been outside, which is incredible. I love that he's taken that time. So, Justin, to kick it all off, what is the inspiration behind your book, Epic Life?
Thank you. Yeah, this is my backyard. So you'll hear birds, maybe a plane, an ambulance maybe, but it's a really nice backyard. And then, so I'm either, in my house or in backyard and then spending time with family or talking to the world's top entrepreneurs. So not humans, not business owners, not consultants, just pure visionary entrepreneurs. And then, 5 to 10 conversations like that every day, Monday through Friday, and then simplify into patterns. So every answer I provide will be a pattern. It's a pattern to an answer from talking to top visionaries. So I talk to 1 to 2 of those visionaries every single week. Every week that have let entrepreneur life destroy their family life or prevented them from having a family or anything meaningful. So Epic Life, which includes a forward from Dr. Peter Diamandis. He's one of the top entrepreneurs, futurists in the world. Very grateful for that. It's about how to build collaborative global companies while putting your loved ones first. So that's what the book's about.
So walk me through that. Why is that important to you? Why is it important that you have that balance and to be a visionary?
Why is it important to put your loved ones first while putting
both? Like, why is it important? Because let's say
how could that not be? That's an illogical question. How could that not be important?
I've seen people where I've seen so many business owners where they will put their business.
I don't talk to business. Yeah, I don't talk to business owners. I talk to visionaries, and I would agree with you that 1 to 2 a week. But why is it important? I mean, why does it happen? Why does that not happen? I think is the better question. But why is it important? I don't see how that would be illogical.
So why does it not happen, do you think?
Well, so again, Breen simplifies everything into patterns. So not business owners, not humans, not consultants, entrepreneurs, most damaged people. They're most damaged people with the best coping skills. So everyone, thank you for that reaction. So I don't talk to humans or business owners and consultants. That's boring to me. Their world people, it bores me. I just talk to visionaries and then connect them to visionaries who are changing the world. So of those people, and I'm not talking about silver spoons, that's a different conversation, but I haven't talked to one of those people in the last several years now that hasn't been at least 3 of the following 4 things. Most people I talk to are now all 4. So these are the 4 things. 1, bankruptcy or potential bankruptcy. 2, depression. 3, the highest level of anxiety that you can imagine. 4, likely and or possible traumatic experiences as a child or young adult. So humans, business owners, consultants, those are excuses. Visionary, entrepreneur, global level, you just figure it out. And then they're the highest IQ, the highest EQ, the most courage, the most guts. So a regular human with lower IQ, lower EQ would not be able to, they don't have the brain or the willpower to be able to be a visionary. That's why they stay as a consultant or human or business owner. That's the difference. And then with the coping skills, the visionaries create all this stuff. And then certainly not always, but many times they torch their family or never have a family or they just torch it in the process because they're the most damaged people, the most damaged with the best coping skills.
So, because you relate to them so well, what damage did you walk through to be able to relate to people?
What damage did I personally walk through?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm 3 of those 4, maybe 3.5. The one thing I haven't fully had to worry about is bankruptcy. I guess somewhat potential. Um, Starting first company, job salary was cut in half, couldn't find a job. Reached out to 5,000 people to find first 5 clients while I was working full time at half salary. Most people can't, I mean, they can't do that. If they could do that, they would do that, but they're not, they don't have the IQ and or EQ or, I mean, I genetically have that. I can explain what that means in a second, but most people don't, they don't have that. And then end of 2018, I'd made more money in 1 year than ever I thought, and than I'd ever thought possible. And I'd never been more miserable in my life. So that was interesting to go through that. It was a great learning experience. Dad died when I was 13. He was a World War II hero, shot down multiple times in combat. He was 61 when I was born. So the ultimate no excuses. And then my youngest brother died of a drug overdose. I think he was 29. So I was like 32. That's, I mean, that's entrepreneur life. I mean, that's what it's those 4 things. So that's what I hear over and over is those 4 things.
Yeah, and I absolutely can relate. For me, I've walked through, it feels like all of them. I know one of the big ones is bankruptcy, walked through that one. And I
Entrepreneur
love
life.
I love the term EQ. And I would just love if you would go into that a little bit for those that don't know what that is.
Well, I don't even know what it stands for. But I know that Doug Brackman is Dr. Doug Brackman. He wrote the book Driven. It's about the ADHD brain. I do not have that, although almost all the people I talk to do have ADD and or ADHD. So Dr. Brackman is, you know, he's like the best of the best at analyzing that. So he and I became very good friends rather quickly. We were texting today, and then he has an assessment at iamdriven.com. It takes 5 minutes. It's free. It's a good one. So the typical human brain is this small gray circle, and then the typical driven ADHD brain is this giant red circle around it. And then I sent him my results, and he was genuinely baffled, confused, like delighted with it, because he said he's never seen a brain like mine before. And so what that means is, like, I'm actually less bored than a traditional normal human because I'm constantly in my zone of genius. I do what I like to do and what I'm good at all times. So I'm never bored. And then my intuitive sensing is like fully off the charts. He's like, I've never seen anything like that before. And I would say that's what EQ is, whether it's emotional quotient or emotional intelligence, whatever that stands for. It's just like I'm so intuitive and can just see things and then talk to visionaries and then immediately see the patterns. And then you're like, oh, how did you know those 4 things? I can relate. Well, because my EQ is off the charts. And then my IQ is 140 and above is genius. That's less than 1% of the population. Almost everyone I talk to is high. I mean, at least high 130s. Most of the people I talk to are over 140. When you get 160 and above, there's almost no human understanding. It's like a cyborg, And then there's like no human understanding. And then the lowest IQ of anyone I've talked to who knew it in the last 2 years is 131. That's still really smart for a human. And then I'm 139, so one below genius technically. So I'm like literally a bridge between genius and human.
Fascinating. So, with all the people that you've talked to with that high intellect, where do you see or where do you want to see business evolve to?
Oh, I don't care about bit. So I was a journalist for 20 years. I don't care about business at all. You don't get into that for employee count, revenue, office space. Uh, all the companies I have are just an extension of my purpose. I mean, that's all it is. So purpose of my life is to be connecting superhero for every visionary. So not business owner, human, consultant. That stuff's boring to me. And then who shares their stories with the world, not there. So all the companies are an extension of that. It's just an
Mm-hmm.
extension of purpose. I mean, so if that answers your question, I guess, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, then that does, and that was the question, was because for me the business is an extension of me. It's not,
Right.
like for me, I care more about the earth. How am I impacting it? How am I impacting my local community through giving back, whether that's money or my time? What does it look like? And again, purpose driven. So, if you believe that business is an extension of you, what is your purpose? I heard you say connecting superhero. What does that mean?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, we're born with everyone's born with certain gifts. Um, and then there's two reasons in a business, however you want to look at it, business standpoint, why people are miserable. One, they don't, they never find out what they're good at or what they like to do. So they're 8 to 10 hours a day. They're doing something that they don't like to do or not good at. That's a bad idea. I think that's actually most people. Two, which is really sad, and I don't understand it in any capacity. They find out what they like to do and what they're good at, and they don't do anything about it. That's completely illogical to me. I don't. My father was shot down multiple times in combat in World War II, many times without a parachute, and he just got back into another plane. So that's my litmus test for you either can do that or you can't. Most people can't do that. And in terms of the superhero aspect of this, you know, most things I'm terrible at. Like I can barely hold a pencil, and then things a child or a monkey can do, I have a really hard time doing. But in terms of purpose of life, zone of genius, it's a gift. It's a gift that I just keep getting better at every single day. And to me, that's a superhero aspect, and that attracts other superheroes who are great at one or two things, and then we just collaborate on stuff.
I love it. I love it because you don't see your deficiencies as deficiencies. You see them
Well,
as
no, no,
rewards and
no.
giftings.
Absolutely right. Well, so humans would look at deficiencies as deficiencies.
Yep.
A super. I don't talk to those. So and then I'll give you a perfect example. So there are 34 Gallup Clifton Strength Finders. Gallup GALLUP, and then so actually, I'll give you the three most deficiencies, the top three. So 34, 33, 32. I'll give you those. So 34 out of 34, dead last in empathy. However, that's a strength because for top entrepreneur visionaries on planet, I have endless empathy, endless understanding because it's those four things and they don't make excuses. 33 out of 34, an includer. No understanding concept, including anyone that doesn't understand what I'm talking about. For people who do, and then I can learn from, endless inclusion, endless. All the companies that I have they're just including the people that understand what I'm talking about and that I can help and learn from. Third to last in ideation, which is a huge strength because top three strengths are activate, maximize, achieve. So I talked to all these ideators that are all over the place. But if it's a truly great idea, I know it, and then activate, maximize, achieve. Blah, 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 blah. No, no, no. Yes. Go, 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 go. And by the way, fourth to last, I'm in harmony, and my wife is first in harmony, who's a pediatrician. She's one in harmony on her strength finders, which almost made me vomit when I heard that. But it's just collaborative. It's collaborative harmony. And then my partner for second company, he's competition 1, maximizer 2, empathy 3. So he's collaborative empathy. That's why I mean it's not deficiencies at all. It's just ways to find collaborative strengths from others.
I love that. For those of you listening, that is an amazing perspective. If you take anything away from this conversation, take that away, because there was a portion of my life where I used to look at deficiencies as just that. But as I grew up, I realized that they're actual gifts, because even as you said, that you can find people around you to collaborate with, to where your weakness is their strength and your strength is their
100%.
weakness. And I love being able to make those collaborations, because again, at the end of the day, it's not just how can we grow the top line, how can we maximize the bottom line. If you are a business owner listening to this, it's how can you help the people around you. That's what really matters. And I'm just so excited. I'm so thankful that you were on this podcast with me today. Question: I know you don't work with many people, but if you were to work with someone, no, I'm not.
Whoa.
I'm not
You were
pitching you
doing
anything.
so whoa. You
Hold
were
on,
doing
I'm
so
not.
well. Like,
No. I'm
okay.
asking who. How can the right people find you?
Okay. So hold on. Thank you. There's two things from that. One, have done nothing outbound in years. Why? Because when you give to people who get it, then people who get it give to people who get it. So it eliminates all this marketing and
Yeah.
deals. I don't understand any of that. Okay, so I never have. Two, and this is why I stopped, because most people think that we don't work with a lot of people. That's not true. We partner with 0.1% of the population. So most people think that's a small number. Incorrect. 0.1% of 8 billion is 8 million. 8 million, the last time I looked, is a lot of people. They're just the ones that do everything. They're the ones that create everything that helps everyone else. So it is a lot of people. It's just over in Oklahoma, Oklahoma, right? Oklahoma,
Yep.
where you live. What's the population of your town?
470,000.
Okay. So you're the only. Maybe there might be one other. Probably not. Actually, you're probably the only one. So people like us are. Well, you are. I'm sure you are walking around. You're like, what are these people doing? So the people like us are usually alien. Not always. Usually, not always aliens within our own family, community, and verticals. The only people that understand us are top entrepreneurs on planet. So they're hard to find at first because you're an alien, but once you find them, then it doesn't stop. It never stops. Even if I stopped right now doing anything that I'm doing, I would never stop. It would take years for people to stop sending me intros. Be like,
Wow.
hey, what happened to you? Hey, meet this person. Hey, what happened to you? It would never, but it just takes time because you're an alien. But no, it's a lot of people. And then if the way people would reach out is if they actually understand this and they don't look at things as costs. Anyone asks me what do you cost or charge, I'll never talk to that person again. Anyone with a discount deal, never talk. No, not no. Yeah, because the people that do that, they don't want to. They don't. The people that do the discounts thing, the people in our network, they don't want to meet those people. They only want to meet the visionaries that would never ask what do you cost or charge.
Got it. So what's the best way for someone just to follow your journey? Where would that be?
Thanks. Thank you for trying to land the plane. LinkedIn's fine.
Okay. Awesome. So for everyone listening, go follow Justin on LinkedIn. If you got anything from this conversation, go out and be a better human. Like go be a good, and as you say, go be a visionary. Go actually create something that's going to help not just you and your family, but more people. Because if you want to just go help you and your family, you can do that through a job. And I really want to encourage people to listen to him and to go out and make it a better world.